Hello and welcome to my channel. This YouTube channel was mostly about Mayan astrology and subjects around esoterics and spirituality. But recently I took a shift in my career and I'm now working with men, especially on sexuality and especially Tantra. And I just want to explain why I'm doing that. Um, I believe that masculinity is in huge decline. All right, this has a lot of reasons, and we are maybe some of the feminists might criticize me by saying that we are already living in a very patriarchal society and men are in power. On the contrary, men should lose the power, and we have something called toxic masculinity and the Me Too movement and all that. But I want to tell you about something that I've read over a decade ago on one of the most important books about masculinity, which is called King, Warrior, Magician, and Lover. The authors of this book, in their introduction, are talking about how the problem of the world today is not the masculinity, but it is the immature masculinity. And we need to work on our masculinity and to make it mature. When we are living in a society of mature masculine beings, we're going to have a very different culture and different society. So, and part of the reason is modern industrial revolution. And part of the process is how fathers are not so much connected with their boys and not spending so much time in the family. Robert Bly is talking about that in his famous book, Iron John. So this is going back to mythopoetic men's movement. So as a man, I feel that it's my mission to work with men in the world and to improve their masculinity. And the Tantric tradition is a great way to do it. Because Tantric tradition is, I'm just calling it a tradition. So it is coming from ancient times where there was still initiation and rites of passage, as Robert Bly was talking about. So this is part of the problem, right? The rites of passage is gone, the initiation is gone, so we don't know when we stop being a boy and when we start being a man. So there are initiations in Tantra. There were. Actually, unfortunately, we lost a lot of them. But the sperm retention itself, I think, is a huge way to make a man more mature, all right? Because it's changing almost everything. It's not just, I don't watch porn anymore and I don't masturbate every day anymore. Or maybe I masturbate, but I don't ejaculate. But it's also sperm is what is called bodhicitta in Tibetan Buddhism. Okay, they call the sperm bodhicitta, which also means the Buddha mind. So when I lose my sperm, I lose my Buddha mind. I become more reactive. I become more immature. So there's a direct correlation between how a man lives his spirituality and his sexuality. So this is what I have been experiencing and learning for over a decade now, and I want to share it with you. And I take it as a mission again to help men to become more mature and more spiritual. Also, when we look in the future, it's not a very bright picture that is coming up. We are losing masculinity and the fertility of man in such a rate that recently I got an email which was subject titled Joe Rogan is scared, and it's talking about how this famous podcaster is hosting a scientist which talks about decline of masculinity in a crazy way, suggesting that in 2047 there will be zero sperm count. All men will lose their sperm count on the whole planet. Well, this was something that I was kind of aware for more than a decade ago. Like there was a famous documentary called Disappearing Male, so you can go and find it and watch it. All these factors like chemicals and preservatives and toxins in the air and the food and I don't know what, cigarettes and like this porn industry, porn culture, suggesting for men to ejaculate as often as they can. So all of these are contributing to a decline masculinity, and not just in the spiritual and mental way, but also in the biological level as well. So I think this is a big threat for all humanity. Like imagine a planet where there's no man, like it's almost dystopian, right? And there's recently a movie is being made of. And I'm always a little bit skeptical when Hollywood makes a movie about something, because they are hiding something in the open. So again, if you are interested in this, if you are excited about this whole mission, please support me. Please watch my videos, like them, share them, subscribe to my channel, and most importantly, contribute to myself. Like contribute by asking questions. What do you want me to talk about? What problem I should deal with? And please write in the comments and stay in touch for the next video. Take care of yourself.